still stuck on it. I'm black, but I'm scared to admit I'm scared to hang around hood blacks. Like, bro, oh my goodness, dog. I'm still stuck on it, man. I swear I am. Hood blacks, you're so ghetto, and I almost pissed my pants when I come into the hood.
All right, guys. So what happened next is what we know the internet is very good at. Triggering a lot of people.
I'm gonna say this, no nuance, no explanations. If you are black and you are afraid of ghetto people, you are whitewashed. They got you deep in the brain. And I'm not even gonna go further.
The amount of losers that have gotten on here and said, oh, hood must mean criminal, must mean black person. That's what that means. Losers. Then this one dude got on here, bro, is like perpetually a loser. This man got on here and said, so y'all mean to tell me if y'all know? And then he proceeded to act like somebody walking into a place with, he went and put a hoodie on.
The outrage over that trend where it's like, as a black person, I feel scared to admit it's crazy. Because y'all get mad at folks because they say that they scared of hood people or they scared of ghetto people. But let's be honest, if you at a house party, you see somebody walk in and you don't get the hell up out of there, you're stupid. Oh, look at me, I'm progressive. I don't care if I get shut up. Oh.
And then act like he was concealing a weapon and said, if y'all saw him walking into a party, you mean tell me you wouldn't run? You just equated hood to criminal and talking about black people. This is why you're a loser.
And that is exactly what happened when people began to express why, as a black person, they were afraid to admit either that they were afraid of hood people when they're around them, or they haven't seen certain movies that would be considered classics within the black culture, or maybe they didn't listen to certain types of music, or maybe they supported a public figure like Candace Owens. Whatever it may be, maybe they don't like certain type of culture, whether it's baby mama culture or the female rappers who push a toxic message, whatever. People latch onto the thing, obviously, that triggered them the most.
And then all the people getting in the comments section trying to be, you know, I keep telling y'all these respectable heroes. They are the ones that are the true threats. I promise y'all, I said it before, I made a video about it. They are one of the ones that are the true threat. Bro, Black History Month ain't even been gone that long. We still got leftovers.
Those hood guys from the hood, oh, they're animals. They're animals. I can't come around those guys. I'm afraid. I see guys in their ski mask and the hoodies. They're gonna rob me. That's how y'all sound, bro. Ghetto black girls are mean. They're bullies. I could never date a ghetto black guy. They're cheaters. They could never be faithful to one woman. Like, dog, like, I never fit in. I feel so out of place. I don't even know the rules in the hood. Like, dog, hey, bro, shut that shit up, bro.
You are black and you are afraid of ghetto people, you are whitewashed. They got you.
That had to be the single dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Why do motherfuckers insist on using the word whitewashed incorrect? Hood culture does not make up all of black culture. So being afraid of a hood person doesn't all of a sudden make you white. Doesn't take away your black card. So not only did you say that ignorant ass shit, recorded it, reviewed it, looked at it, and then still posted. But I'm gonna keep it respectful. And all this video and any other video like it and anyone in the comments talking about it shows me is that you niggas lack the ability to have necessary conversation. And while I don't like the trend, I don't see any real problem with it. At least not enough for me to get mad about it and make some video, because y'all yourselves are showing y'all own internalized hatred of your own people. Why did you internally read hood people and associate that with all black people, and in the same breath say, oh, if you don't them, you don't any of us, so you're white? There's a reason that hood culture and black culture are two separate things. And it's so disingenuous to disregard the experiences of other people simply because these two groups of individuals are the same skin color. Like, maybe did it ever occur to you that they're afraid of hood people because of their own experiences in life? Or maybe some people are just non-confrontational and don't like certain areas or certain ways that people act in public. Because me and most of my friends, we can code switch. That's easy. We know time and place for everything. But in most cases, hood people don't, and they act that way everywhere. So again, like I said, This trend is not about black culture. It's about hood culture. And if you associate yourself with hood culture, say that then. Don't call other people whitewashed because they don't.
As a African man, let me repeat that. As a African man, matter of fact, as a Nigerian man, let me say that before y'all get y'all pennies in a twist. This trend is hilarious, bro. It is the most funniest thing. But let's talk specifically about the hood one, because that's the one I've been seeing a lot. My number one pet peeve is when people try to be deliberately dense or act ignorant to like what people are saying on this app. People are not scared of ghetto people, bro. They're scared of ghetto people that have nothing to lose, bro. Not just ghetto people. People are not scared of people from the hood. People are scared of people from the hood that like to show that they're from the hood. And I've seen this girl come on here and be like, oh, the ghetto people, the hood people, the dangerous people, they're not worried about y'all. Says who? Says who? I got friends who tell me all the time, Kool-Aid, bro, people can't just walk in my hood, bro. Whoever just walk in the hood willy-nilly gonna get pressed. So you mean to tell me I cannot just be a regular human being, walk in the hood without something bad happening to me, bro? My friends was like, sometimes pretty much, yeah. That's who the people are talking about in these videos, bro. The people that gotta take their jewelry off in the hood because they feel like they finna get robbed. That's who they're scared of, because them type of people exist, bro. These are not my words. These are people that are from these hoods telling me this, bro. Let's not act like we don't understand what people are trying to say with these posts, bro. But this trend is a different one, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like Kool-Aid, I don't make the rules.
This video is captioned. Please wrap those in quotation marks. Things I'm scared to admit as a black person, slides up immediately. So people were not liking these. Let's check out what this guy had to say. Let's go.
Y'all are no better than the white people for those things I'm scared about as a black person slides. Especially y'all that's talking about some, oh, I'm scared of the ghetto black people. Because if you were smart, everybody who's encountered those ghetto black people know that if you mind your business, they'll mind theirs. A lot of y'all don't mind your business. That's the problem now. Y'all are no better than white folks doing that. And I hate how y'all come on here every couple months and just show your, oh, it grinds my gears. You guys are just pests. You're like the cats that can smell cancer. Y'all don't go away. Like, please, just keep it to a minimum. Because what you guys do is open spaces for white people to agree with y'all and basically call you guys as porch monkeys behind the closed doors. I can't. Please, let's wrap it up.
Something I'm afraid to admit as a black person is that I didn't go to an HBCU because I didn't want to get made fun of again. Like, I get it. Like, a lot of the things people are saying are rooted in anti-blackness. You're saying that ghetto-ness is a unique black trait, and like, I get that part. That part makes sense. But I'm just curious, like, how in the hell are people that blurs, folks like me, supposed to talk about our experiences without it being anti-black? Because I feel like the only time we're allowed to talk about this is in the letter that we write before we jump off of a bridge. Like, it hurts and it continues, and I feel like no one ever discusses it, no one ever talks about it, because the minute that you do, it becomes more focused on how you're saying what you're saying instead of the things that you're actually saying. And this isn't just middle school trauma bullshit. Y'all do this shit at family reunions. Y'all do this shit currently. It happens right now, today. Oh, you too old to be playing video games. I wish it just stopped there, but it's the implications that you make because we play video games. It's the implications that you make because we do cosplay and we like anime. It's the implications. It's the things that you say. And y'all can be harsh. Like, you have no idea how harsh you can be. And then when you try to call it out, you're being too sensitive. You acting white. You talking white. You think you better than us. And that's not what's going on at all. So yes, this trend sucks. It does suck. Some people have taken it and just used it to express all the stuff that they've never been able to express, and it's wrapped in this anti-blackness because that's what happens when you get pushed out of your community. But somebody today, explain to me how you can talk about the experiences that you have had without it being anti-black. Give me the exact words to say.
See, this is where y'all about to piss me off. I understand that y'all don't want white people calling us aggressive, right? Because we all know, like, come on now, y'all are oppressors. It's y'all fault we got all this PTSD. Okay, but within our own community, it should be a safe space to be accountable and say most ghetto hood-minded black people are aggressive within our own community. I'm saying to each other, how we treat white people like shit. I don't care. To each other. Hood black people that's aggressive and comfortable with fighting and arguing all the time, they pick on the people, the other black people who are not. They literally force us to be aggressive. I am literally living proof of that. I never like to fight. I like to talk about things. I was very logical. Bitch hated me. I minded my business, and random girls would come up to me wanting to fight because they heard I was talking about them. And I literally had no clue of their name, who they were, or what grade they were in. Do you know how many times I can count random girls starting shit with me for no reason? I never had boyfriends, nothing. Just didn't like me.
I want to say something here that I've noticed. I'm going to keep playing the video, guys, but I want to say something I've noticed. A lot of the women, some of the men too, but more on that later. I don't know if it's because I've seen a lot of responses from women, and there's a guy who addresses this. We're going to get into that. But a lot of people who feel very strongly about this particular topic are people who I'm noticing grew up in the hood and no longer live in the hood and are sharing their experience from being somebody who came out of the hood. Those are people I see who are the most passionate when they talk about it. You're going to see as we go on. Let's keep listening.
I was never aggressive. I wanted to talk about it. Do you know how scared I used to be going to school in the hood? Because I know if I had even the slightest disagreement with somebody, no, we wouldn't just talk it out. Bitch, you want to say yes to school? Like, it's like y'all trying to play. And it's the same with men, with boys. Y'all know damn well in the hood, if you ain't tough, you get bullied. So the fact that y'all are gaslighting these other black people who are saying, I don't feel safe within my own community, lets you know that y'all is not willing to take accountability. Now, I get it. White people have no right to call us aggressive because it's their fault. But if another black person coming to you and saying, I don't like that aggressive ass hood shit, that hood-minded bullshit, I want to beat their whip all the time. It's weird. It's uncomfortable. I used to be scared of that shit. Now I'm not. I can say I don't like it, but I ain't scared because I smack the fuck out of somebody now if I have to. No, I don't like to fight. I know how to control myself. I know how to communicate my emotions. I know how to have a disagreement with somebody without reacting. Those hella reactive ass women and men, those hood-minded people who are aggressive as stop pretending like they don't exist. And you can tell the difference from the people who fit in to that hood shit and the people who don't, because y'all are oblivious. And it's giving anti-black. No, it's giving black people don't never like to take accountability when another black person calling them out about their shit. Yeah, y'all got PTSD. We all got it. Still take accountability. I don't go what nobody's saying. If you don't like a ghetto black person, you don't like a ghetto black person. Now, I'm not saying ghetto is in like long nail, like Sexy Red, that's my shit. I love ghetto-ness, but that aggression, that hood mentality of you tough, you gotta be tough, you gotta prove yourself. That's what people are talking about that they're scared of. And y'all trying to make it into something else because y'all are not trying to take accountability for it.
I can sense this. And dealing with a lot of controversial topics on my platform, I've noticed this. People are passionate when they speak on topics that trigger trauma within them. Just because you went to therapy and you maybe learned to work out why, you may carry yourself a certain way. And, you know, you've healed. You never truly get over traumatic experiences. What she's describing there is she grew up in a traumatic, highly volatile environment. And anybody, when you're talking about something that triggers trauma within you, what I've noticed from a lot of people is they get passionate. And I think that's where a lot of that passion is coming from. Let's see what else people had to say in response to her video right there. What do you think, guys, of the direction that this conversation is going? Again, I quickly realized that there are a lot of perspectives that are being shared that I could just listen to and couldn't immediately relate to. Some of them I could, but the layers are deep here. And what a lot of people, it seems like, are doing here is they're trying to shut people up and say, hey, that makes us look bad. Don't speak about that. Or you're not from there. And if you don't have history, maybe being raised up in that particular area, if you're not from there or whatever, you're not allowed to talk about that, even though it may have affected you as a black person. You're not allowed to stay in line, do not have independent thought, and maintain the groupthink. But no, this chick's not doing that. She's sharing her experience and doesn't want to be gaslit about what she knows she's observed. Let's check out some of these comments in response to her video. This first comment says, they missing the point on purpose. She responded back and says, they would rather make the people speaking up about it seem like the betrayers, in quotation marks, because they don't like admitting the damaging cycle that has been done in the community that no one's willing to change. Yeah, she probably looks back for anybody who was raised up in an environment that was traumatic. They didn't ask to be there. they have to work through that if they come out of that. I think it's very odd that people want to shut people up and call them anti-black for speaking against a part of their experience and what they see in the black culture as toxic. Here's somebody else who says, girl, this falling on deaf ears. Somebody else here says, exactly, this video needs to go viral. I grew up in the hood and I got picked on and bullied for not being aggressive. And she responded back and says, and acknowledging that trauma does not make you anti-black. I agree. Another woman here says, he literally proved their point. Somebody else here says, I knew they were about to gaslight these people as if they didn't know what they were talking about. That's why I stayed away. Let's see what else some other people had to say as this topic began to slowly switch into, oh, okay, that's funny, to very real life controversial opinions.
This I'm black, but I don't like ghetto people trend, I'm not seeing the issue. Like me, I grew up very diverse. I was born in Detroit on the east side. I now live in North Carolina in Charlotte on the east side. I grew up on the south side though, but my family is from Alabama in the fucking trenches, and that's where I spent most of my days. You feel me? So I'm laughing at these jokes because 100%. Sometimes, yes, I'm ghetto, and yes, I got duality. But sometimes them other niggas over there is a little bit too fucking much. And the part where everybody's like, oh, the people that can laugh at it, I have them people in my family. Do anything for them. Love them down. But you are ghetto. And you do scare me sometimes with the amount of ghetto-ness that you display. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
All right, so here's somebody else responding back to the dude's video who's like, yo, wrap this shit up. You're making us look bad in front of white people.
Y'all are no better than the white people for those things I'm scared about as a black person slides. Especially.
Y'all, so the guy just he pissed me the hell off. Let me explain, because, I've seen his video, and, most of us have seen, the videos that was like, oh, I'm black and older now, so I can admit this. And specifically, one girl was like, oh, when I go to the hood, I feel unsafe or whatever. And this guy was like, oh, well, you only said that because that's giving white people ideals or whatever. But, like, white people have been felt like that. So I'm confused because, let me explain. So, there's white people who feel unsafe just because they just don't like black people. But then people like the girl that I seen who said, I don't feel safe in the hood, is because she, and turn of events, was from the hood, but she was never like the person to be like, let me shoot, let me do this and do that. I'm not saying every hood does that, but like, if you grow up in chaos, you eventually want better for yourself, right? And I feel that, and that was her point. But this guy was like, oh, y'all just giving white people ideals, and this is why white people this and that. I'm like, you must be the slave because you keep calling for your master. I'm sorry if that, gets me canceled or whatever but like, he generally made me mad because they're right. There is a whole bunch of black people within the black community that's like, I like rock music, I like anime, I'm different. And because of that, they're judged. How many times you be like, oh, I like anime, and they're like, oh, so you don't like sports or 2K? So, all right, bully, whatever. Like, bitches used to bully me in middle school because I used to draw. And we're just middle schoolers, so.
And so, guys, this gentleman said a lot right there. Part of what he said, I think a lot of people can relate to. He said, if you liked anime, if you were different, if you listened to certain types of music, you were ostracized or clowned on because of that, or you weren't black enough or whatever, or called whitewashed. He said he was picked on because he liked to draw. So the fact that people are sitting here acting like these people are saying crazy shit that they never went through, and they're responding back with, hold on, stop it. You're not about to make me seem anti-black for sharing with you what I went through in my experience. I applaud it. This is good.
I don't even consider that attack on the black community, but even now, as a 28-year adult, there's some black people that be like, oh, you into that weird shit? Like, why are you doing that? I'm sorry if I don't want to shoot and game bang and roam the streets and do this little ass. Yeah. So that creator, I hope he steps on a Lego because he really pissed me off. And I don't never make videos attacking nobody, but just like he completely missed the point. So everyone who is black, Latino, whatever, if you're different than what the standard, aka the standard is, keep doing you. Be somebody. Do something different because what the fuck?
Let's see what people had to say here. First comment says, I live in the hood, and it's definitely beyond a race thing. So many other races also live in the hood, but it's more about like a collective behavior inside their neighborhoods. Somebody else here says, laughing emojis, he just yapping. Like, if you agree with a white person, it's an issue. Here's somebody else that says, yeah, that was a mess.